Okay, one final video on this one at the moment. I've got a problem when I run my program because I tend to get a binary number and the word overflow error. Now, there's nothing wrong with the logic of the program. I've been through all of these lines. All the variables are fine, but actually it's this thing here, this if C, and the R is an overflow error. You could probably see that I've got an if and an else. This if really needs to be back one. It needs to be outside of the loop. So I'm actually checking for C equals 1 inside this loop, and that gives me a problem. So it needs to be after I finish the loop to see if there's an overflow, then print overflow error. So really it's just in the wrong position. So if I dedent that region, there we go, this time it should work nicely. So that's just my fault on, there we go, on talking and programming at the same time. Just doesn't work. So that clears it up. Now we can safely choose different numbers. So if I put in there a 2 and run the program, it should tell me that there's something went wrong because I got a 2 in there. In fact, it could be anything. It could be a letter even. It's not going to do anything until I've got a 1 in there. In fact, let's have 2 short ones. I've got 15 bits here, 16 bits there, and it's telling me something went wrong. If I change this value here to 4 bits, but I give a 15 and a 16-bit number, it's going to tell me that I need to check that one out. That was happy to work those numbers out. So that is still an error that needs to be worked on. Remember, we're trying to make a robust program that will not crash at all, and that unfortunately is a crash and needs to be dealt with. But not in this video. I think we've done enough. I think I've shown you quickly, and it's not a huge program. I've got one to add the 2 binary numbers together. I do it in 2 parts. I first of all do the least significant bit using a half adder, and then I use the most significant, well, not most significant, the rest of the bits up to the most significant bit using the full adders, both columns. I got to use binary numbers. I've checked that I'm only using binary numbers in my half adder and my full adder. If it's not a 1 or a 0, then we've got a problem and it crashes the program out. It's graceful. And if I try to add, let's just do this one, let's put 2 binary numbers in there, this would cause an overflow error. So it's not something went wrong, we've got an overflow error. So if I run that, I should expect to see the words overflow error, which I do. And I'm quite pleased with that. I'm not pleased with the fact that I'm using 4 bits and I've got an overflow error there. That really should be 16 bits. And there we go. So I've got some checking to do between these 2 numbers. Other than that, it's quite a robust program. It's working well. Not too worried about it. We will look or build on this program with maybe some binary to denary, denary to binary conversions. Same goes for hexadecimal, and maybe I will add in how to subtract 2 numbers, certainly play around with shifts as well. So everything that you've seen in binary, everything that you've seen in logic, the majority of your programming knowledge will be in these videos. And again, you're not expected to reproduce them or perhaps even understand them the way I've done them. Okay.